The PTE Core exam is easily becoming one of the most preferred exams to get your Canadian immigration. It'll help you to enter into things like the express entry, but passing it does take time and preparation. So today we're going to go through one of the most hardest sections, which is summarize a written text. Why is it hard? Well, students just often lose marks here. You have to read a paragraph up to about 300 words and then summarize it in 1 to 2 sentences. So I want to share with you 2 different strategies that you can use in 2025. I'm also going to talk about the changes that have been made to the PTE Core exam since last year, because there has been a lot of updates that you should be aware of. Now, if you are going to take the exam soon, in the next month or few months, you should be getting English content daily. That means watching videos, practicing the exam, reading, listening, and speaking with feedback. So if that's you, please go ahead, like and subscribe to our channel. It just helps the algorithm so you can watch more of our videos, and also it does support our channel so we can make more. Now, summarize a written text comes in the first section, in the speaking and writing section. So you should feel pretty fresh. All of the questions up until this part are very short. Generally, they're 1 minute. So the exam does go fast. Then you get to the summarize a written text section. So far, you have been doing a lot of speaking. Now you're switching your brain to the reading and writing section. This is intentional. In 2025, they started to incorporate more sections together, and they are also using AI algorithms to assess your scores. So we're trying to mimic a real-life situation where you're reading an email and replying to it, or listening and replying, etc. Now, the actual text will look something like this. Sometimes it's going to be an email format. So you'll see the subject, to and from. And sometimes it's just a short passage. It's always going to be under 300 words, so it's not that long. But after you read the passage, or you're skimming through the passage, you'll have to summarize it in 25 to 50 words. Now, I will say that 25 words just probably isn't enough, so you're always going to aim for about 40 to 50 words. And if you go slightly over that, it's okay, but you don't want to exceed 60 words at all. There is going to be a word count down at the bottom. So when you enter the exam, it'll look like this. We'll have the instructions at the top, how many words you should write, the passage, and then a section for you to write. In this section, you are allowed to cut, copy, and paste, which can help to speed up your time. However, most of our students don't really use this feature because it just breaks your process or breaks the flow of writing. You'll also see your word count at the bottom. Do pay attention to that. That'll help you quite a lot. Now, today we're going to go through 2 different strategies that'll help you to 1, identify the main information, and 2, write your summary, because that's where you're getting marks. Now, what are the examiners or the AI algorithm really looking for when they assess your mark? Well, they're going to see that you captured the main idea. So we're always looking for the main idea in the story, that you're including supporting details, and that you are using correct sentence structures in 25 to 50 words. Now, I have seen other people online suggest that you don't need to choose the main idea. And this is nonsense. The examiner and the AI algorithm can both assess if you, the exam or test taker, got the main idea in the text. So please don't listen to people that are saying you can just choose any 2 sentences and summarize them, or you can just copy and paste 2 sentences and use the word but in between or a conjunction. No, that is not enough. They will definitely see that you didn't understand the text. So please, read the passage and summarize it in your own words. We're not trying to cheat the system. We're not trying to use templates that won't give you a high score. What we are actually doing is building our skills in English and then showing that to the examiner. So let's get started. We're going to look at 2 examples, and we'll look at 2 different techniques that you can really use to actually get a high score in the exam. So you open this question, you have 10 minutes, you don't even need to read the instructions. The first thing you're going to do is start reading the passage. Identify the who, what, and why. Please, you can skim read, you could read as fast as you can, but I want you to find the who, the what, the why. Who is the main subject? So if it's an email, that will be present right at the bottom. Who is it from? Who is it to? So that's quite clear in an email because it says subject to and then it says from. But if it's a passage, you'll actually have to look. And sometimes the who is not a person, it's a company or a subject. Next is what. What is happening? Is there a problem, a discovery, a trend? Identify what is happening in the passage. And then why. Why does this topic matter? Is there a reason, an impact, or a consequence? Something that is happening. So first you identify the who, the what, the why. Let's take a look at one of the examples. Now you can see in this example that it's an email. Great. So it's going to be to the team and it's from Michael Thompson. So very quickly identify the who. Now you can pause the video, read it at home, and then we'll talk about the what and the why. So after a quick skim read, I already identified the who. The what is that they're updating the remote work policies. So they want to go into remote working. The why is because they want to improve productivity, enhance the team's flexibility. Very quickly, that didn't take me long. I have the who, the what, the why, and now I can start writing my summary. Let's take a look at one more example. In our second example, it's a little bit harder because it's not an email. We have a passage. So pause the video, identify who, what, why, and come back. The who. Who is the who? So the who is actually renewable energies or renewable energy technologies. They're kind of addressing no one because it's just a passage. So it's the subject. The what is the advancements in these technologies, like solar and wind technologies and the infrastructural upgrades. So they do mention some specific technologies. And the why is to combat climate change or to increase sustainable energy. So a little bit harder, but we can still identify who, what, why. And now we can start writing our summary. So that's technique number 1. As you read the passage, identify who, what, why. But let's get into the hard part where we actually have to write the summary. So we are going into technique number 2, which is clearly structure your summary. Now, there's been a bit of a change from 2024 to 2025. Before, we saw a lot of summaries requiring you only to make one sentence. And now the PTE Core exam does not specify how many sentences, but it has to be between 25 and 50 words. So you're welcome to make 2 sentences if that fits, or 1. What we really want to focus on the summary is starting with the main idea, supporting idea number 1, and supporting idea number 2. I just write it like this because it's a clear structure. Main idea, supporting idea 1 and 2. Generally, there is 2 supporting ideas. Not always. So if it's 1, just main idea, supporting idea number 1. Now, a really good tip here is to use coordinating conjunctions. So you're going to have a sentence that looks like this. Main idea, coordinating conjunction, which is also sometimes called fanboys, for and nor, or neither, but, or yet, and so. So you can use any of these coordinating conjunctions in between 2 main ideas or 2 clauses. So we have main idea, but, supporting idea 1. Main idea, so, supporting idea 1, and supporting idea 2. So that gives you 2 examples on how to make a strong sentence using the main ideas from the passage. Now, I've actually had a lot of students ask me if it's important to use the same vocabulary from the passage or if we could use synonyms. And here, I want to tell you that you can definitely use synonyms, especially when there are long phrases in the passage and you want to use a short synonym to summarize the idea. That'll help you to gather more information into your 50-word sentence or your 50-word summary. So yes, please use synonyms. Another thing that you can do is also use clear, simple language. The examiner is not looking for your range of vocabulary, your lexical resource. They are just looking for the fact that you can capture the main idea and still use proper grammar. So if you're trying too hard to have like fancy sentences, big long sentences, you might lose marks because the grammar won't be correct. So write in simple, clear language. And after you write your sentence, always go back, read it once more, check for grammar mistakes and punctuations. That's a given. We should always be doing that. Okay, now we have our two techniques, the who, what, why, and the main ideas supporting idea 1 and supporting idea 2. Next, we're going to look at 2 more examples, and I want you to follow along at home and practice them with me. So let's take a look. Example number 1, the exam will look something like this, but mostly on a white background. So it says, "Dear Mr. Johnson, thank you for your recent purchase from Tech Gear. We regret to inform you that your order, which was scheduled for delivery on March 5th, has been delayed due to unexpected supply chain disruptions. We are actively working with our partners to resolve this issue, and we can now estimate that your order will arrive by March 12th. We sincerely apologize for the inconvenience and appreciate your patience. As a token of appreciation, we are offering you a 10% discount on your next purchase. Please let us know if you have any concerns." From Samantha Lee, which is the customer support Tech Gear. All right. At home, identify the who, the what, and the why. Then practice writing your summary. Start by identifying those, and then do your main idea, supporting idea 1, and supporting idea 2. Come back to the video, and I'll show you my example. So I've got my example down in about 47 words, just enough, nothing more than 50. It says, "Tech Gear informs Mr. Johnson that his order will be delayed due to supply chain issues and will now arrive by March 12th, but it was supposed to be originally set for March 5th. I actually have 2 coordinating conjunctions in there, the and but you can see it's the main idea plus supporting idea 1 and supporting idea 2. Now, because I wasn't yet at enough words, I needed to add a second sentence. So I wrote the other important piece of information, the compensation. So it says, "As compensation, they offer a 10% discount on his next purchase and apologize for the inconvenience." All right, so main idea 1 and 2, main idea plus supporting idea 1, supporting idea 2, plus then I wrote the final idea that was mentioned in the passage. 47 words, I'm quite satisfied with that. Compare it with your example, see if it's similar. All right, let's take a look at the second example. This one is also an email because they just are more popular in the exam and I want you to have good experience with it. So again, follow along at home, pause the video, write your summary. Example number 2 is a bulletin announcement, which to me kind of looks like an email. "Dear team, I hope you are doing well. I'm writing to inform you that our office will be relocating to a new space to accommodate our growing team and enhance our work environment. The new office is located at 123 Business Street and offers modern amenities, improved meeting rooms, and more convenient locations for most employees. The move is scheduled for June 15th and we expect a smooth transition. Our IT team will ensure that all systems will be set up properly and employees will receive assistance with packing their workstation. More details about the moving process will be shared in the coming weeks. Please reach out if you have concerns." From Emily Davis. Okay, one thing I want to note is when you see a lot of commas, when they list 3 things like more amenities, improved meeting rooms, and convenient locations, that is something you can definitely summarize in like one phrase. You can say it'll offer more conveniences because you just don't have enough space to write all 3 of those. But summarize them. They will offer more conveniences. Renewable energy is good for sustainability. So we're just boiling it down to the one main idea. Now at home, identify who, which is already there because it's an email, the what and the why. Come back, let's compare answers. So in about 42 words, this is how I summarized it. The company informs employees that the office will relocate to 123 Business Street on June 15th, and it will support the team growth to improve the work environment. The IT team will make a smooth transition and assistance will be provided for packaging. Do you notice that my sentences follow the same order as the description? That's on purpose. It's just easier to organize, so I have the main ideas going in the same order as the passage. In this example, I also have the who and the what and the why presented in the first sentence. Yeah, the company is the who and the employees. The what is the relocation, and the why is to improve work environment. Who, what, why. But it's also the main idea. And then I add my final piece of information because I had time and space to do it. And I included the fact that they will have some assistance for packing, and stuff. Okay, the main thing I want to stress here is don't try to overcomplicate your summaries. Use plain, simple English. You really do have to find the main idea. Please don't listen to other people that are saying just copy and paste any sentence. That does not demonstrate that you know the passage, that you've read it, and that you can summarize it. So try to figure out who, what, why, and then have your main idea, supporting idea 1, supporting idea 2. Now, if you are taking the PTE Core exam soon, please comment down below what section do you think will be the hardest. A lot of people lose marks on this section, but everyone is different, and some people have more trouble with speaking, pronunciation, with reading or listening, so it would be cool to see what your ideas are down below. Now, I'm Scott from HZad Education, so please do like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video. Thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.